this summer is the summer solution, or you can take different target, or you think maybe different from your solution, and you may think your solution is correct, and you can share, especially if you're not you're not sure about whether it's correct or not. So that's the plan for today. So there is 7 questions. I think the final exam will also have like 7 questions. We have 2 hours. If needed, we may extend like 10 to 15 minutes, if needed. But I think the 2 hours will be enough for 7 questions. And you can see that if you count it, you can see that the questions basically covers. Strictly speaking, it is comprehensive. It covers counting, the algorithm, and also it is the first part, the proofs. We do have a proof part. Yeah, so it is comprehensive. However, I restricted the problem, especially the applications, to the more list or function or graphs, right? So those are the context, just the context, different type. But the subject, it actually is comprehensive. However, we place more percentage, more weights towards the third part, the part after the midterm 2. So that's a description of the problem, nature of the problem. All right, so let's look at the first problem. The first problem is that given a solid array C. Here, this actually is sorted in the descending order, and C is integer, positive integers. We want to find the largest index h, such that CH is at least h. Indeed, this problem, I can tell you, is this vector. This problem actually is come from the real world applications, the h index. Have you heard of h index? Or the publications or journals. H index is this C represents the citation. C represents citations. For example, I have like 100 publications. For example, right? Some publication, some is a publication paper, may receive like 600 citations. Some may receive just like 50, some may just 20, right? So my publication was sorted in this decreasing order. C represents my citations of my works. And if I have 50 publications, which received at least 50, I have 50 publications, 50 papers, which received at least 50 citations, then my H index is at least 50. That now it's a very wide accepted standard used in the evaluation. Promotion for the academic researchers. If you look at the Google Scholar, right? So the Google Scholar is you can find, right? For example, all of the H index of most of the professors, most of it is instructors. In this department, right? Using Google Scholar uses the H index to give a rough, not accurate. Rough is the performance evaluation of researchers. So we want to find the largest H. So H is decreasing, right? So could be say, let me write this. Could be same value. That could be that. And then H is increasing, right? This is H. And this is CH. Right. One value is the largest H. Here, this one. This we call it capital H. Larger H such that CH is greater than H. Yeah.
And, based on the time, I'm guessing we're going to use binary search.
Of course. Oh, by the way, so I corrected. In the original first version, I have A log A.
Oh, I was.
It's a log A.
Okay, I thought it would have been different.
Yeah, it's binary search.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's log A, I always think about binary search. So, yes, we will use binary search. And over the last year is how do we solve the binary search? Oh. Okay.
The first thing basically is we take any random value within from between 1 and n basically, and that will basically be the point at which we basically we then we check basically the current value basically.
Current value is where? You said current value. What is the current value?
The random value that we just take from 1 to n basically.
Random value? No, it cannot be random value. If the binary search should be some.
N divided by 2, right?
Patrick?
You should you start by finding the midpoint of the array, and you check the value at the midpoint. If it's greater than the index of the middle value, the index of middle, then you move the range of the search range to the right of the middle. Then you keep going until you find the value that satisfies.
Okay. If CH is greater than H, then you move to right, right? For example, if H is here, if CH is greater than H, then you have to move right. If CH is here, intertwine it, you have to move left, right? Yes. Right, thank you. So actually, they say, well, that's idea, right? But they say, in general, they say, whenever we develop some binary search, we should make sure that certain monotonic property exists. Because look at this our lecture on the binary search. Right? We have this linear search for arbitrary list, binary search on sorted list. So here is actually we look at the CH minus H. This is like another array, right? Let's say that this is the DH. I just said this is the rationale behind. DH, this is a difference. DH, CH is greater than H means DH is non-negative, right? DH is non-negative. DH is non-negative. What is DH monotonic? The difference. CH is decreasing, H is increasing. So DH is also decreasing, right? So basically, if you look at this, we'll find this. We found this DH, right? And find the first one, which is drop to 0. This is the sorted array. And we find the last one, which is non-negative, right? The last one, which is non-negative. So we use the property that this difference is monotonic, decreasing. So that's why we can apply the binary search. That is the most, I say is if you write a solution or for any type of any binary search, you should provide brief justification, right? Justification that you have this kind of is a monotonic property. And you can search it because this array is monotonic, either increasing or decreasing, right? Either increasing or decreasing. And we find some ways which is negative. So that's why we can apply binary search. Got it? Any question? Yes? Yeah, question? So for any type of, you can, from the past practice problems, you can see that it will modify the problem a little bit. The fun example. You will, for those kind of search, or if you want a process, you need to ensure certain monotonic property, right? Certain monotonic, like this difference. All right? You can take a picture of it. Or if we, I mean, because this is the same idea, right? So you say have this monotonic property. That's great. You can come here. Oh, you can move here. Well, later on, we'll say, I'll get this one. That's fine. Take a picture. If no more questions, I'll move to the second problem. The second problem is the number of pairs, count number of pairs, such that AI less than PK, right? And we assume that this AI, this A and B are sorted. So we have A and B. Same? Do they have same number? Not necessarily, right?
They don't have the same number, but they are both sorted.
It doesn't matter where the sorted now. So one of M, the other is N. So we want, this is I, this is J, this is those pair counted if this is less than, right? AI less than PG.
I do know this one. This one basically, you can basically use similar stuff to how we searched through the matrix kind of stuff. It's because basically, because they're sorted, if any number in I that is lower than J, like at the current position, will be lower than every number beyond that one in J.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
So if like A in position 0 is 1, and A in position and B in position 0 is 2, then we know that that not only is 2 available, but everything else in the array will also be working with that number.
Okay. Yeah. That's why we can have we do not need to. I mean, there is a trivial solution. You just compare all the pairs, right? That's a quadratic m times n. But the reason is that we can achieve the linear time m plus n is because of this this sorted property. Right, so here this actually is a 2-point method. It's more like this problem 2. This is like 2-pointer. Like it is a merge sort, a merging of 2 sorted array. We maintain 2 pointers, 2 head, 2 pointers. So we may have a pointer here, and we may have a pointer here. Right? 2 pointers. And we will count the total number of pairs, right? They say the monotonic pairs. And one way they say for each j, it's just like what Michael said, right? For each j, we will count the number of the largest element, largest position in the first array, such that this entry is less than this red entry. The largest one. So we start from j here. For the beginning, is if this is still less than this one, then move this pointer right? And here we say we cannot move further. So for each j, we count. We define the I, the position of I, right? Such that the largest I, such that is AI is less than BJ. Largest. So we'll keep moving the pointers here. So for each j, count is the number of i's, such that is AI less than BJ. This actually is equivalent to the largest I, such that. Because this is solid, we count the largest I, right? So then say the number of pairs such as AI is this I. So after this one complete, then we move the pointer toward right. So then we move this to this one, right? J plus 1. Now I say we'll still count the largest I. Then this I must at least this one. So then I say we start from here. Also say move, right? Toward right. Because the largest for this j plus 1, right? The largest I, which for this entry should be say at least this entry, previous I. So they say we should move this pointer right. Same philosophy as the merge sort, merge of 2 sorted arrays. Right? How it's just different how those 2 pointers are updated, and which parameter we count. Right? So for each j, say the head, we say move the head of the first term. Right? So we record this I, and all of the i's will be summed up. The summation will give us our solution. Well, so that's say the algorithm. Well, we can also count. Well, we just gonna count for each j number of i's, right? We can also say for each I count the number of j's, which are greater than this one, right? We can also fix I. We can also say fix I. Find this is the j. The number of is the position j, which is greater than I. Right? So the other way. We fix I and move this is j, right? see, that's very similar to the merge sort. That's the general, I said that's the general category of the two-point method. Question? Don't be shy of asking questions, right? Really say this is opportunity. It's so far you say get the wrong answer or you say wrong approach, a different approach during practice. What do you think? The reason is that they say if now I have fully understanding of those algorithms. If I slide modify, just like I said the previous exams, right? I slide modify the number, you see the settings, this you will be able to solve it. Okay. I think the design is more important, right? We fix J, find another R, right? Like we fix one head of the second head, right? And then find the right possible head on the third first head. And then after that we record R, right? And then we move J by one position. And then we update this R, the first part. This is a one approach. The other approach is symmetric. You fix the I, or fix the point of I, and find this is the second head of the second head, right? It's like it's like alternative, right? It's a moving, shifting of the pointers. So the sorting, you can say that is essential, right? Well, I make it probably easier. Because I already assume that they are sorted. If not, you can have a pre-sorting, have an M of n time first, and then do those linear time calculation. Right. No question? Okay. Now we'll move to solver. The solver is, again, we have two solver arrays. We want to find all elements which appear in both arrays. Yeah?
I had an initial idea, but I'm not sure if it's correct. Is it
Sure.
Basically we perform a looped binary search. Basically, in my idea, basically, we would go through each node like in A, basically, so A1, A2, A3, A4, and perform a binary search for it in B.
Yeah. Then if you binary search, how much time?
It would take log n.
It's for each entry, like a fixed B or fixed A, either fine, right? Fixed A, and then say for every entry B, you find whether it is in A, right? And that's micro idea. This is actually the first approach. There is another approach. So by the way, here the two arrays are not sorted, optional arrays. So you have to first sort it. I think, Michael, I think that because you apply binary search, I assume that you have to first pre-sort them, right? Because otherwise, you cannot apply binary search. Pre-sort the two arrays. That's fine, because we have the budget of n log n, right? So pre-sort is within budget. Right? Pre-sort the two arrays. Then what Michael said, you do the binary search. Well, binary search here actually is you fix one array, Michael, That's right. Fix one array, we sort it, and the other one, we check whether it is, for each entry, whether it is in the other, whether it appears in the other array, right? So for each entry, it takes a log n time. So total n log n time. Yeah, Patrick? Oh, yeah, no, thank you.
Is A and B, are they sorted or unsorted?
Unsorted.
Unsorted.
But we just said unsorted is fine because we can pre-sort them. Because we have the budget of n log n time, right? So pre-sorting is it takes n log n time. You can so basically you can assume the sorted, it's free, right? Yeah.
So merge sorts has n log n time. So would it be more efficient to sort them into one array or to sort A and B separately and then because they go from 1 to n, both of them, they have the same amount of elements, right? So because of that, if you sort them, both of them separately, and you have a fixed index, let's say start from 0 in coding, and then you increment I plus 1 when you're checking, and since they have the same amount of elements, the indices should match in both arrays after you sort them. So is that the way that you can check whether they have duplicates? So pretty much check A0, B0, and if they're equal, you report that, and then A1 and B1, and if they're equal, you report that after you sort them.
No. You cannot just check AI, BI. There could be this one, this is, you can say this, let's say this is 2, I can have this like 3, position 3, they could be equal. You cannot just check AI or BI. That's, if we just check whether it's AI or BI, this may say miss the sort of common elements. Right? This may miss a lot. You cannot just check it's like vertical. You cannot just check it there, right? It could be skewed. This entry is equal to, let's say, this entry. That's why I say you might use binary search, or is that based on other method? Now, Patrick.
You can put a pointer at the beginning of both A and B's.
Assume they're sorted.
Yes, like you sort both arrays, put a pointer at both A and B. If the values that the two indexes are equal, you increment both. If A's is B's value is greater, then you increment the A pointer. If the A pointer is greater, then you increment the B pointer.
Great. That's smarter. Yeah, especially if the arrays are sorted, it takes linear time. It's just like a 2-point method. If they are sorted, after pre-sorting, then you just compare the heads, like a merge sort, right? You just compare the heads, whether they're equal or not. Yeah. If they are not equal, if there is a not equal, there is a move, one head, one is which one is smaller, right? Just like a merge sort. Same as merge sort, you just need to compare the ones which, the heads, right? Which are the equal now. Not the AI equal BI, but the ones at the current head equal now. Right. So that actually is a smarter, is a faster algorithm if the arrays are pre-sorted. That will be linear time. Yeah. So you see there is at least 2 ways, right? So Marcus has a way, like using binary search. And Patrick said, well, there is a second way. We use the pre-sort and then use the 2-point method using scan, right? 2-point method. Both works. I'm glad you share those different ideas, right? That will be certainly helpful for your final exam.
Can you, is there any way you can merge A and B together and then check for duplicates, so I and A plus 1 are equal to each other, and then you iterate
Yes.
throughout the array?
Yes, you can also merge them into a single sorted array. However, the sorted array has to maintain a record. For each entry, you have to maintain a record whether it is the entry is in A or in B. Because you may have two entries which are same, but they both appear in A or in B. Right?
That makes sense.
Then you have to maintain the additional auxiliary information. That's fine, right? You can do that. But it will be easy. We can skip that actually. It's like merge sort, right? We can do it
Right.
before it's in the merging phase, right? We just compare the two under the current head, right? Whether they're equal or not.
Would it work if, let's say, one of the conditions for the arrays was that there cannot be any duplicate numbers inside of the arrays? So like you cannot have two ones in one array, so you can only have,
Right.
let's say, kind of like a set.
Yes.
So if you find two ones, then that means that one has to be from A and
Yeah.
another one from
Yeah.
B.
But here is we do not
Right.
assume that A and B are distinct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that way is more general and simple. This way is the two-part method. You don't need this additional array. So it's actually called the open memory, constant memory. You don't need the additional like array. If you much sort we have to allocate this actual array. I summarize two methods. One is binary search by Michael. I also want to emphasize you only need to sort one array. Right, Michael?
Yeah, you only need to sort once.
You only need to sort one array. You don't need to sort both arrays. Right? The second one is a pattern method. It's a two-head. This one is potentially faster. Because it is in the with the presort, both need the presort, right? With the presort is it runs a linear time comparison. This problem is also similar to the homework problem, homework 7, but this is whether a mapping is injective or not. Right? It's similar. Whether the function is injection or not. Right? Injection, if there's injection, then there is image, should be distinct, right?
I don't do that because I think I have the answer before.
For this one.
Yeah, or,
Problem 4?
yeah.
No, we have not. Now we'll move on to that.
Okay. We got this.
But it's important for you to understand the design, why it is correct, why we design that way. Because I said you will not see the exact same problem in the exam, right? But the underlying principle is the same. Problem 4? No questions, right? Any question for the problem 3? No? Problem 4.
I think I got it, yeah.
Count number of topological orders in this graph. I say already make this clear. These two solid circles represent this is the source, unique source. This is a unique sequence, right? The white nodes here are not this is source mid or 6. So there is a source should be say we start with this node, black node, right? And end with this black node. So it's, we need to count the orders of those white nodes.
The problem is that, yeah, like each of the white nodes could occur potentially at least there's a good number of different possibilities for when they occur.
Yeah. So this one can appear before or after any other node, right? However, this one must be appear before this one.
Yeah.
So requirement is that you say for an order, for all of, we have three groups, correspond three paths, right? Three groups. For nodes in which each group they have to be sorted. Right? We have three groups. We have two nodes, first group, so three nodes in second group, two nodes in the third group. The requirement that is those nodes have to be sorted. Those three nodes have to be in the sorted order. And those two nodes will be sorted order. That's the only requirement, right? For the topological order. So how many order? This is a counting problem. This problem is from the second problem, middle problem.
Yeah, the total possibilities, I do know this one, it's 7 factorial. The total possibilities, we have to remove them.
Yeah, but how many, that's the 7 factorial, but we want is to count how many of them are topological, right? Right. We have 7 nodes. We have 7, all possible orderings is 7 factorial. But among them, how many of them are topological sorted? Anyone would like to share your answer? It's not difficult. You can immediately get straight for apply the counting rule we learned. I said I keep this is the simplest part for the final exam. Jack, try. It's fine. It's wrong, right?
I'm not sure.
That's fine. Even if it's correct, fine. Patrick?
I got 210.
Yeah, but how do you count it? That is, the number is not. Maybe it's, I didn't count the value. I know how to calculate that. Also, I just want expect from you. Yeah. How do you do it?
I got it by the number of topological orders for a tree is equal to the sum of the topological orders by removing one of the source nodes. So you remove one of the source nodes and count how many topological orders there are with that graph, and do that all the way down.
Okay, so well, if you move to here, this one can move to N of 3, right? It has 3 probabilities. But from here, how many probabilities? If this is the first one, the next one, how many possibilities? You have learned. The idea is, let me reinterpret this one, right? We have 7 nodes, right? We have to select 2 positions for the first group. We have to select, we have, let's say, we need 9 references, right? I need to place the 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 is a 0, right? I need to play those white nodes 7 into the 0. Right? So I need to pick 2. Let's say 2 for the first group. Right? I need to pick 2 for the first group. And I also need to pick 2 for the third group. I also need to pick 2, right? Just pick anyone. This is for the third group. And remaining 3 for the middle group, right? That is the translation of this topological order. Pick 2 for the first group. Pick another 2 for the third group. And remaining 3 should be in for the middle group, right? That's it. So this is what? This is a multinomial coefficient of subset split rule, right? Subset split rule. So how many of them? We have 7. We have choose 2, 2, 3. That's it. This is equal to 7 factorial over 2 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial. Let's see what the number is. I didn't calculate. So this is 7, 6, 5, 4, and then 2 times 2, right? So I can cancel 3, 4. So then these 2, that's actually 210. It's 210, right? Same answer, right? Maybe they give the, I'm not sure it's how you get the 2010.
6 times 5.
Yeah, but it's at the beginning is Patrick said the answer is 2010. But I'm not sure how you get it. This is right. This is the same answer.
210 is
The key is that is how to translate. I mean, do topological order in this selection problem, right? In the selection problem, we select 2. So that is the position for each group, for each path, right? Here is we have 3 paths. Select the positions for each path. This is clear, right? Jack, clear now? Good. Any question? If I just what I said, if I verify the problem slightly, how to calculate, right? The reason I say that is the most important is that how to translate the ordering into this selection, right? So there are 3 problems left. Problem 5 is another counting problem. However, this actually is a combination of the counting problem, the second part, and topological ordering, the third part. Yeah, this is another counting problem count. That is passes in a from a source S. it is a unique source. It is a unique source. Count is the number of passes from every S to our node V. So I'll give the hint. For all those 3 problems, I'll give the hint. Here we need some kind of recurrence. This is like the second part. We need the recurrence. And well, to find recurrence, I'll give the hint. Well, we need to consider topological order. So for topological order can be considered linear time, right? So this is fine. This is within our budget. And then we need consider the recurrence. Take a picture of this. Right? I can read this. Right? I can read this, right? Fine. So we have topological order. Let's say S V0, V1, let's say that V1, V2, VA. Right? This is topological order. And then say we look at this the FV0, the source is equal to what? From S to F0. Only one pass, trivial pass, right? Now let's look at FVJ. What's the number pass from S to VJ? The pass from S to VJ is must enter from some node VI, where I is less than J, right? If that is any pass, the must enter from some neighbor, in-neighbor, R, VI, where I is less than J. Because this is a direct acyclic graph. So FVJ is equal to FVI. I is less than J, and VJ are neighbor. That's it. Right? So then we calculate the FVIs, right? In this order. It's linear time. Bunch of order linear time. Here we calculate basically along every edge, right? Along every edge. So again, it's a linear time. Question? Yeah. Rob?
Can you use DFS and then count the paths at each vertex?
Using what? DFS or BFS?
DFS.
No. We don't need any DFS or BFS. We only need the topological order, right? This is the only part we need. Topological order. And then we calculate this first one is what, right? This is a recurrence. This for J greater than 1. That's a recurrence. So we start this from J from 2 to N, right? Okay? Good. So I'll move on to the next one. Although if you still have questions, I'll stay here after class because there's like a individual discussion. Problem 6. This actually is a proof problem. Actually, I'll say this covers the first part. So we have a algebra G, right? It has 8 nodes, and among them are 2 nodes S and T. They have a path. There is the length is greater than half of n. So short path length, number of edges, right? The short path length is greater than half of n. Then you say that we can remove some node V, right, other than S and T, such that after this removal, the S cannot reach V. This is the proof part. And it basically use some kind of pigeonhole principle, I would say that. However, it does need some graph for short paths, right? This application context. Anyone would like to give a try? Alright, I really don't like to just argue the solution here, because if I just give a solution, then it's just another lecture, and then say, well, we already learned how to lesson right before. You do not practice, and then you say it's not change the problem, then you say you lose the idea. It happened in the first midterm. First midterm, if you look at problem, I change the number from like Swiss or swap number is like 330 and 224. But I swap the numbers. Then you say some of it didn't do. And for the second midterm, I use the functions. And there is another interpretation. Referencing is like ball into pins. Let's not change this in the interpretation part. Then you say, if you do not practice, then you say you will lose. Okay, this is the idea. I'll try my best. That is I'll make the problem. This is the best fit you best. So for this one, the problem 6. R is the king, DFS layer, right? We have S here, and we have T here. Then maybe other layer too. But if we look at the BFS layers, and what we know that the number of layers here is greater than half of n. No, actually the distance is greater than half of n. So the number of layers is at least half n plus 1, right? So let's look at number of n must be at least 3. N must be at least 3 because, well, first n must be at least 2. Because we have 2 nodes S and T, right? N cannot be 2 because we have S and T have a path of length half of greater than half n minus 1. If n equal 2, then the length is equal to half of n. 1, right? If we are two nodes, then say their length is 1. This will be half of n. So n cannot be equal to 2. So n must be greater than 3. This is from assumption. Right? Now I say, how many is the intermediate layers here? At least half of n minus 1. Right? Number of intermediate layers are layers between S and T. At least it's more than half of n minus 1. How many nodes that can appear in those layers? At most, n minus 2. Exclude S and T. So the number of nodes here is the number of nodes, the total number of nodes here is less than equal to n minus 2. And this actually is equal to half of n minus 2. Right? So we have at most n minus 2 nodes appear in more than half of n minus 2 layers. So, and also every layer has at least one node, right? Because it's a path. Every layer has at least one node. Then by pigeonhole principle, at least one node, one layer, has exactly one node.
And then that layer is basically the one that will.
Yes.
So basically, yeah, and I just realized how we can detect it is we do basically a breadth first search until we eventually run into a situation where
Right, yes.
we basically get like one. I think it's.
So for this one, we have only one node width.
Yeah, so like using
Only one node width, right? By the pigeonhole principle. Right? We have more than, we have at most half, we have at most n minus 2 nodes, and distributed on more than this number of layers, more half layers, right? And each one layer has at least one node, because their pattern has 13. So some layer has exactly one node. And if we remove that node layer, the whole layer, there is the path. Is that difficult?
I actually feel like, at least I think it's like basically one way you can do it is basically so using the standard where we have a stack basically which records each one that we added, at least for Q, yeah, it's Q that's using that.
Do not use any algorithm.
Oh, no algorithm?
Because yeah, there's no algorithm. It just said they exist or not. We prove that they exist. This is a proof problem.
Oh, we just need to prove that they exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need to say actual find it. But from this way, you can find it. Not right. Find this is some layer that exists one node. You can find it based on this structure property. That's a proof. It's pretty clear, right? Yeah, fine.
Is there any way you can draw a graph to make it more visual that represents that example or one of the examples?
This is like example, right? You just add whatever edges here.
Okay.
At whatever edges between, right? Layers. The edges are not, I mean, especially, the importance that is, there is a layer which consists of one node. So one example I said, you just add edges.
Any edges you want, and
Any edges you want.
it'll still be true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as it meets the one condition.
Yeah, well, condition that S from the path length is more than half of n. So for this kind of proof, using pigeonhole or using a simple conjugation. And I'll give the hint, right? So you should be prepared for this kind of problem. Especially give the hint. Any more question? That is we'll move on to the last part. The last part is about the construction of the state transition state machine. So here is we have direct graph, and some nodes are colored red, some are blue, some are uncolored. And a balanced walk. A balanced walk is like it's a balanced princesses, right? Like balanced princesses. Because I say for every prefix, the number of red nodes and the number of blue nodes differ by at most one. In other words, either same number, or one more blue or red node, or one more red node, right? So that's called balanced walk. They have same concept as balanced princesses. Yeah?
I have to leave early. Can I sign the attendance sheet?
What?
I have to leave early. Can I sign the attendance sheet now? For things.
Well,
Like I have to.
you don't need to. I'll mark it for you.
Thank you.
Because I don't want to interrupt this lecture. So this is like the balanced princesses, right? And we want to check whether there is balance walk from to a node S to a node T. So this is standard type of control, or is a constraint walk. It's like it's the French flag walk, right? We have those kind of requirement, color requirement. The key for the problem one. The linear time average, the average cell is simple. There should be some kind of BFS. For this type of problem, the key part is the construction of state machine. And I already give the hint. That's actually, this hint was critical. Without this hint, you might think, spend a little more time, right? But with this thing, then it should be easy. This hint. So we define the state for as this product. This is the same as we have done before. Product construction. For each node V, we have 3 states. We have 3 states. For each node V, we have 3 states. V0, V1, V minus 1. And the second entry, as a hint, it represents the balance, the red minus blue balance. That means at any time, if we follow this balance walk, right? What's the balance of the difference?
Get it at most 1, right?
Yeah, at most 1, because difference at most 1. So it is 0 means we reach this node V with equal number of red nodes and blue nodes.
Right.
The balance, the second entry is 1 means we have 1 more red node.
And if minus 1 more blue node?
Yeah, minus 1 is 1 more blue node. That's what called red minus blue balance. Naturally, you should get that, right? Because that is the constraint. The variance should be at most 1, right? So that's 3 states. 3 states from every node. We have n node, we have 3 n states. That is the hint. And this hint actually is the most, I think, most important. And then transitions. The transitions actually is relatively easy. Relatively easy because right, we have this. So we consider this every edge UV. Right, we consider every edge UV. Then every edge UV will induce some kind of transitions. We consider 3 possible cases. Case 1, V is uncolored. Case 2, V is red. Case 3, V is blue. Right? And we consider all possible transitions that can be induced by every edge, right? If this V is uncolored, then from U to V, balance will not change, right? Balance will not change because V is uncolored. So basically, it is U R to V R. Balance does not change. I is from 0 up for all of 3 possible. Now if V is red, how the transitions can be? Yeah, Patrick?
VI to VI plus 1.
Right. Well, I plus 1.
And then if it's V0 from VI or
Vi ui to Vi plus 1 because we have one more red, right? What are i's possible? I plus 1 cannot be 2, right? I can be 0 and -1. Here this is 3, right? 3 states, 3, and here this is for I, 0, and -1. Right? We cannot have from already red, we already have a balance of 1, and then move to another red node. That's not allowed. Intuitive? That's true, right? Yeah, so Patrick gives this is the right transition. Now I say, anyone give me the last transition from a node U to a blue node. Jack, no?
UI to VI minus.
Right, got it. You are to Vi minus 1 because if you are at the blue node, the balance drop by 1. Now what possible R allowed here? 0, 1. Great. So for every edge, we introduce at most 3 edges, 3 transitions, right? Either 2 or 3. So then in the select transition diagram, we have linear number nodes against the OM number nodes and OM number edges, right? Then the reachability just from reachability or the existence of one is equivalent to from S0 to V0 or V1, V minus 1, right? Just reachability. If V S0, this state can reach any of those 3 states, not T. Can reach any of those 3 states, then there is a balance 1. Right? So that's all for the thermal solution. I think we're almost run out. We're good. So I will not go through the lecture 16, right? The crypto. You can, I think just 20 slides. And about this is the finite grid. In addition to this, for the finite time homeworks we always drop the list, right? And also is the quiz. I think now we are clear all the issue. For the only one for this is the course participants for the attendance, right? I have our record, and also have other records. We'll put together, and we have 5 points, right? So I believe most of you will get 4 points. But if someone misses 20% of lectures, I'll give 5, right? If miss 120, then you can slow down, drop to 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's something is rewarding. And also for those students who are very active in the class, if your points are on the bottom, right? I have to spread it to lift up, but never lift up.